Welcome back to 2019 Oceanic Championships. We are at the most important match of the tournament. The finals just doesn't matter because they're both locked in going to Worlds. They're just playing for the title, some prizes. But this is probably going to be the most hurtful match to lose. It's going to be you'll be at your happiest moment in your career if you win this match because you get to go to the World Championship. That's the end game for
To
most players,
represent
right?
your country in Germany, and obviously you get either the shot at the title of Oceanic Champion. So in this matchup, we have
Two Titans.
literally YCS champions. Bowden's now a national champion, and he's going to give himself a chance at an Oceanic Championship. So Bowden Temnik versus Onur Giza.
The YCS champion from Sydney that you saw earlier. He also played on stream earlier.
I think where his good luck charm.
Yeah,
The more we commentate, the better he does.
he's played in he's lost in top 4 of 27 Oceanic, so he's here to redeem himself to go to Worlds. In the other brackets, we have two newcomers. We have Charles Liu that we saw last round and Yuri Milenkov that we saw earlier in the day. And I'm happy that we get to see a fresh face go to Worlds. I mean, Honor will be a fresh face as well, but he's already a known player.
So this matchup is very critical, I think, on the dice roll, because if Bowden gets to go first and set up his whole board, if Onur can't interrupt him, then this game could just be over straight away. Whereas on the other hand, if Onur can set up who we know is playing Artifact Sanctum in the main deck with any sort of interaction like that or Dweller, then he could also just win the game.
And then on the other end, we have Alter guys playing against Salamangreat.
Could Alter guys win the event?
We could have Salamangreat mirror match as well.
So many options. So Bowden with his classic spin roll getting a 6.
Oh,
Well, Onur's already got a 6,
So-
and so whatever the other one was doesn't matter. So he'll probably be taking the play.
there's a courteous handshake. We do want to see a lot of sportsmanship from both our players. I would be on the edge of my seat the entire time. It's to see who's more calm and collected.
Both players used to this situation though. Both have played at big events in this.
Level. Bowden
level.
definitely wants to go to Worlds for the third time. His hand got the Mole, Jaguar, Circle, Mining, and Flame Buffalo. I think
Mole. Always
got-
with the mole.
he's actually got a lot of plays, and Bowden's got
Oh, he's got the combo and Phantasme.
he's got a lot of cards. He's got Wyver, Solar. He's got Diabolos. Dark is that?
Yeah, he's got Thunder Dragon, Dark, Diabolos, the classic Solar Wyver Buster play, and the Phantasme to interact with Onur's turn.
Uno's going to draw phase, activate the Salamangreat Circle. He's got a lot of monsters. He's got actually a lot of avenues. He can end on a Dweller, right?
I think you can even get Dweller Rage or Dweller Raw.
That is incredible. That's a
So
very
that's
strong
exactly
opening.
what you want to open against this deck. But Bowden obviously having Phantasme means he'll have a body on the board and more ways to draw into better cards.
Yeah. What is Bowden trying to draw into to be able to...
Honestly, he's already got the combo with 2 cards. I think he just wants to draw more Chaos monsters like Levianair and Chaos Emperor Dragon
Just to
and
be able
stuff
to-
like that to push through the board.
Yeah.
Things that let him play through Dweller, basically.
Which counter trap do you think he's going to go for, if any?
I think you go Rage. I assume at this point he should know the matchup.
Yep.
So you could go Dweller plus Rage and be able to clear monsters, that's what he's doing. But also shut your opponent off using their graveyard effects.
Honor did have to defeat Nathan Gaddis in top 8, so he's already just played this matchup. It's fresh on his mind.
Oh, the Buffalo.
He's going to be able to draw into like potential... He's going to be able to draw into maybe his Artifact Sanctums.
Draw Sanctum here. That'd be so insane.
He's going to be able to search.
Buffalo.
He's going to be able to search Sanctuary, get that at deck, and then have 2 chances to draw into Sanctum.
There it is.
Even if he draws into Scythe, he can destroy it with his own...
Yeah, so he's set up so either way, if he digs into any part of the artifact engine here, he can just turn off the extra deck as well as the graveyard effects.
Mm.
There's the 2 cards. Can't see them right now. He discarded the Spinny for Buffalo, so now he can bring it back.
Gonna...
Obviously, Bowden with no interaction. So Bowden deciding not to use Phantasme on the Bailings.
He just wants
Obviously
to draw
waiting
3
for the
cards.
extra draws.
Mm.
The Falco coming down, which is the other level 4 for the Dweller play. So he'll be able to make a Sunlight Wolf here, bring back the Jaguar, and get back the Rage once he relinks the Sunlight Wolf. I actually don't think he'll be making more than 1 Link Monster here. I think Bowden might have to drop Phantasme now, or he won't be able to use it.
I think he's going to.
There it is. Experienced player knows exactly what he's doing.
Gonna draw 2 cards.
You see the Seeker's Light. That's probably the next best card he could draw.
There is no
Seeker's Light.
spell cards in his hand. Just to put 1 back.
They're just discussing there, making sure that they get all their chain links in order.
When Falco goes to graveyard,
He could set the Rage, but I think he'll probably relink the Wolf after making Dweller to get the Rage that way.
So
Because if he links the Falco off, he won't be able to make a Dweller
Yeah.
anymore.
very, very good.
So Bone just deciding which card he wants to put back with Phantasme.
Mm-hmm.
So when it takes this long, it obviously means he has a lot of good cards. He's putting back a Thunder Dragon Dark, and he just showed it to his opponent by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just giving evidence of why he'd be putting it back into the deck.
Yep.
So here comes the Jack Jaguar coming back, putting the Stelio back into the extra deck.
Yep.
He'll trigger the effect and probably get back the Gazelle. So everything working out. Or he actually chooses to get the Flame Buffalo. Very interesting.
Maybe he already has another Gazelle, or
Or a Circle.
or maybe he just
something.
gets it back next turn.
Yeah, either way, he can. So he's making that Gold Rare Abyss Dweller as we saw earlier.
Poor etiquette, man.
So good.
Gonna be
Yeah.
able to get that.
He's got the Rage, he's got the Dweller, he's got it all. And we don't even know what he drew off Buffalo.
Yeah.
He's setting 2. This could be the Scythe.
Or the Sanctum.
Or I think it might be the Sanctum because then he can summon the Scythe under Sunlight Wolf and get back the Gazelle that way.
Yeah. There's just a lot going on this game. I think winning the dice roll is very crucial.
Yeah, I think it was. And you got Solar and Wyver Burster, so either way he can push through. Since Phantasme is already on the field, it's pretty safe for Onor to activate his Abyss Dweller, which he does.
There will be no Psyframe Gamma right now, not even in the main deck, but
This is actually the top 4 match from YCS Sydney as well,
yeah.
where Onor defeated Bowden.
Yeah, and I think Bowden's here for revenge. Honor's here to try and go to Worlds. They both want to go to Worlds.
So the Solar will resolve.
Dweller only negates effects in the graveyard, right? It doesn't affect banished effects.
Correct. It's not Soul Drain. Imagine if it was.
It would be incredibly powerful.
So Bowden's hand plays around Dweller pretty well, actually.
Will he be able to get enough monsters on the field to just push for damage?
It depends what the other face down card for Onor is. If it is actually, in fact, the Sanctum, this could be a very interesting turn.
That is true. When's a good time to activate it?
I think as soon as Bowden commits any more monsters to the field,
Mm.
before he makes Saryuja, is like the best possible time.
He's
So here comes the
Bigfoot.
dangers.
trying to get,
Big feats.
got 3,000 attack as well. It's
Every time
incredible.
Bowden's activated Bigfoot on stream, he has been very lucky. And this time is no exception to that.
Wasn't it yesterday where he opened
All
Bigfoot
3
like
games,
every game?
and not once did he hit it.
And he drew a Phantasme.
So he does open. He did draw the Sanctum
That is
off
insane.
Flame Buffalo. Oh, so he can summon the Scythe under the Wolf and get back the Gazelle. Everything's working out.
Mm.
It's exactly what Onor would have wanted to see. So he's chain linking it perfectly, so nothing can happen. Gets his Gazelle back.
Yeah, I guess you want to play around Vela, right? So you you can't
either
Vela.
way. Not much you can actually play around here, but just making sure, you know.
Oh, you mean you can play around Ghost Bell.
That's true.
But yeah. So it was Side Chainlink 1 and Sunlight Wolf Chainlink 2, so that wasn't an issue. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat, man. This is so exciting.
Bowden's stuck under Dweller and Scythe, plus there's a Rage set that can destroy 2 monsters at any time.
Yep.
And I don't know if Bowden wants to commit the Wyver Burst to play with the Thunder Dragons while there's a Dweller live.
Yeah, I think he just wants to attack and clear that Sunlight Wolf. Or maybe the Dweller, right?
Well, he won't be able to either way. This Rage will destroy both of the big monsters. And this Dweller's going to get another turn.
Ooh, things are not looking good for Bowden.
His hand's still quite good though for next turn. But if he gets it doesn't depends if he gets a next turn.
He lost his battle phase. Actually, really hard.
Yeah.
Is there any way that Honor can recur that Scythe, or is it just a one-time
Basically the one-time blowout and then try to win the game.
get out of jail free card?
So he's going to now summon the Wyvern.
Mm.
Wyver Buster, sorry. Banishing the Roar, which will allow him to summon another Thunder monster from the deck.
He might just go for like oh, you can't even use the extra deck.
Yeah, I think he just like makes a wall of monsters.
No extra deck, no graveyard.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lock.
But Salamangreat don't have problems getting rid of monster. While he does lock up his
Well, now there's 4 monsters on the field because of the mandatory effect of Batteryman Solar. Onor just appreciating the token.
Toonwell token.
It's a pretty good one. So the Hawk goes to hand, obviously, because of the Roar. So Onor being allowed to access Dweller for next turn as well. Or he could even activate it this turn to turn him off these Chaos Dragon engine.
Yeah.
It's actually a
pass
tough
it.
choice.
Honor might be able to close out the game this turn.
So weighing up his options, he has like 4 or 5 cards in hand, including Gazelle and Flame Buffalo.
Which one do you... He might just want to summon the Flame Buffalo, right? He's going to
I
add
think
back...
he can do both. I think he can summon the Buffalo,
Make...
link off, discard a Salamangreat, draw 2, and then trigger the Gazelle anyway.
So what he wants to do is summon Heatleo right now, so he opens up 2 more extra deck zones because the Scythe and the Dweller are occupying the ones that point down, right?
Correct. He probably makes Sunlight, Heatleo here, or maybe another Sunlight Wolf. Probably a Heatleo though.
And then he might just try to push for game this turn, if he can.
Does he main deck Fusion of Fire?
No, he does not. He does main deck the Super Polymerization.
Well, if he drew Super Poly, this is game anyway.
Definitely. He gets 2 draws.
And then he can trigger Gazelle as well. There's a high chance he's drawn into that Super Poly.
Yeah, he's drawn a lot of cards. He's drawn 4 cards off that Buffalo already.
All he has to do is relink to Heatleo, make that Batteryman Soul a 0.
He chose not to summon the Gazelle though.
Maybe he's going to wait until this part.
Gonna summon...
Maybe he had to discard the Gazelle as the only Cyburst monster in his hand. There's a Phantasme going to come down now though, probably from Bowden, I believe. Or is he going to wait still? Yeah, so the Phantasme is coming down.
Gonna be able to draw 2 cards. But they have to be really good cards to be able to play out of a Dweller and another Rage.
Well, this doesn't allow Bowden to make any of... this doesn't allow Onal, sorry, to make any of Bowden's monsters 0 anymore. Because if he targets with the Heatleo, the Phantasme can just negate it.
Oh, he can just target his own monster to make a 23 and it just does a lot of damage through the...
Unfortunately, nothing on his field's bigger than that Phantasme right now.
if he can get away to Spinny, right?
Does he play Borrelo Dragon?
He does play Borrelo Dragon. He might just go for that as well. But
I think Rage Raw Dweller,
ooh,
if he can clear this board, could be very good.
I think the Phantasme is not an issue if you can get to Rage and Raw, right?
Yeah, if he can clear the other 3, which he should be able to using this Stelio.
Ooh, and then he might just go...
Not sure what he makes here though.
Gonna detach.
Got so many monsters on the field.
Yeah.
You don't often see this from Salamangreat, but
Yeah.
when you do, it's not good for the opponent.
That's a Foxy. Fox. What's he gonna go for?
So he's going the Wolf so he can trigger the Stelio.
He's gonna...
That's the best way to probably deal with Phantasme, so I think Bowden will recognize that and aim to...
negate it, and then Heatleo will be free to reduce its attack to 0, right? Is there a 0 attack monster in his graveyard? Oh,
I think Balinx is 500, that could be enough.
Mm.
It just depends if he has Super Poly or not.
Bowden might just want that Phantasma back in his hand so he can draw more cards later.
But it could... Oh, the Mole's in the graveyard, actually.
Ooh.
So that means he does have a 0 attack. I think he must... I'm going to make a call here and say that Onal does have Super Poly and that this is just game.
Go to...
Yep.
He's...
There it is.
Due to new policies, you cannot just reveal private information.
So he's just going to activate it instead.
Mm-hmm.
He has a discard off the Super Poly, which he's doing now.
Gonna make Violet Chimera, which will just...
Yep. So Bowden concedes, making sure his opponent plays it out correctly, of course. Like at this point in the game, that's exactly what you want to be forcing your opponent to do, just in case of any mistakes. So heading to the side decks now. I think Bowden will want to go first, so he may not change his deck at all. What about Onal going second?
He's got his 3 artifact lands here that I'm pretty sure will go in no material, maybe. Might want to hit a Guard Dragon, stop that play. Cosmic
Gammas.
Cyclone, probably not. Twin Twisters, probably not. Order, probably not. Gamma, maybe.
I reckon Gamma for sure. If you can hit the first thing they do with a Gamma and put pressure on the board, that just makes it really hard.
What do you think is going on his mind at the moment?
Oh, he's 1 game away from Worlds.
Yeah.
Like Bowden's been in this situation more than once, and sometimes he's made it, sometimes he hasn't. He's lost in top 4 before as well.
Yeah.
So he knows both ways of this. So
Our heart weak for both players. Either of them lose.
this is the most, like, neither of us have been in this situation. We've always fallen 1 game before this every single time.
Definitely.
But this is definitely a situation where the player with a cool head can put themselves in the best position to win. And so far, Onal has done that, opening really, really well.
I've been told that Yuri and Charles' game is still going. They're still in game 1.
All right. So we may be the first ones to crown a
I
player
am
that's
very
going to
excited.
Worlds.
Very. My heart is racing.
Ooh.
Looks like they're going... actually, I've been told that Yuri and Charles are going into game 3.
Oh, wow, so it's the opposite reason. So that maybe they'll be the first ones to choose someone to go to Worlds.
Yeah, wow.
That was fast for Altergeist versus Salamangreat. Oh, wow. So talking about that game, but back to this one. So obviously Bowden's deck changed from yesterday. He's still playing the Thunder Dragon Danger list pretty much the same, but instead he's upped his deck count to 45 and it's playing the Crusadia engine,
Yeah.
just like most of the Thunder Dragon Dangers we've seen today.
Will Bowden open like Solar Wyver again, or is he going to open hands
Well,
that we've
this
seen
is the
before?
thing. Like he opened that when his opponent opened just as good, if not better than him. But now what will happen when he gets to go first? And will Ono open enough hand traps to be able to stop him if that's the case?
Mm.
So looking forward now.
Checking for live updates
They must be
that
nervous.
aren't exactly live.
And how nervous would they be right now?
Yeah, especially game 3.
Oh, and even these players going into game 2, Bowden literally just cannot lose now.
Mm-hmm.
He must go 2-0 from here or it's all over.
Yep. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Sneeze.
Classic Bowden shuffle.
You just want to shuffle well. Maybe you don't want to be like,
Oh,
man,
oh,
I would have
oh.
won if I shuffled that one more time.
There we go. Ronald doing a great job of angling his cards away. So let's have a look.
On his hand is Ash
He's
Blossom.
got the
Aside from
driver.
Mining's. His hand's not awful though.
It's a lot of hand traps. So
Yeah.
Ash Impermanence,
Drive.
Mining Circle, and imagine if that was
Driver.
a Gamma instead of
Yeah.
a driver.
He opens Solar Reclusion. He opens the
Oh,
Reclusion.
that hand is actually
And the
pretty
Draco.
good.
And ooh, is it really though?
It's not the best hand, but it's a similar hand to the one we saw on the last feature match when
Mhm.
Thunder was on. But the only difference this time is that Onal has 2 interactions.
Yeah.
So this could actually be either really rough or maybe Bowden can find a way to push through. Instead, he's choosing to summon the Batteryman Solar, which quickly gets hit by the Impermanence.
So
Onal wasting no time to negate that. Being up a game, it means that he can definitely play more aggressively.
yeah.
Oh, he's passed, and Onal's hand is insane.
Oh no, is that it? Let's see. He can discard the driver.
This hand, if he was playing Fusion of Fire,
Is absurd.
this hand is game.
Mm.
But since he isn't, and he would have had to have drawn Super Poly for turn, which again we don't know what he drew.
He has another monster. He has Circle. Oh,
Yeah, he's got the insane.
Buffalo Circle.
He must have drawn another monster, because otherwise that was interesting.
And we know that Bowden doesn't have any interruptions.
So, heart would be in his mouth here for Bowden, just hoping that his opponent can't finish him off and that he gets another chance to play.
This is rough.
So the Buffalo comes down, which is going to allow Onal to draw even more cards. So chainlinking it all correctly, making sure he does the right plays. Pretty insane if it's the same result as the YCS in the top 4 where it's all about the Onor. That's actually quite a rare feat for a player to both win a YCS and a WCQ in the same year. So if Onor can push through here and manage that,
He might be the player of the year.
that's a very rare feat. I think not many players have done that.
I've been told that Bowden misplayed because he didn't mulligan his hand.
Unfortunately,
we do not have that feature in this game.
Is unfortunate.
Mm.
He also, Onor played very well by cutting him into that hand.
He's
By the sounds of it.
we were just talking about that before. Maybe
Yeah.
you wish you shuffled just one more time.
Maybe Bowden wished he'd shuffle one less time.
Mm.
So Onor here getting pretty much to do whatever he likes with the probably the exact hand he would have wanted going into this, bar the driver most likely.
Honor just making sure all his plays are very careful. You want to be very meticulous here.
So he's sending the Raw. If he can end on Dweller here, that's just going to make it even harder for Bowden to try and come back.
Yeah. He has the full combo as well, right?
Yep. He's got Raw and I think Dweller as well. It depends if he has access to Spinny. He may not actually have. So he's linking up into probably Sunlight Wolf here.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised he didn't go for Jaguar.
Mm.
He probably just wants... Actually, knowing that his opponent is on low cards and has not many plays, setting Raw is probably the best option. That way he knows that his opponent needs one good card to get back into it. And if he has the Raw for that one good card, then Bowden may just have to pass again. So he's resetting the Raw, he's adding back the Circle, he's got Ash in hand, he's attacking over the Solar,
He's
just
got
controlling
it
the
all
game.
going.
So he's got all the setup, so it all comes down to what Bowden can draw now.
It's a repeat of game 1.
The only difference here is that Bowden can summon the Collapse Serpent because he has a Light Engrave.
But this time Honor doesn't have the Sanctum, right?
Correct. The set card is the Raw. So he can summon Reclusia here, Or, oh, is he summoning Omni Dragon Brotor? Can Brotor be summoned when any monster is destroyed?
I think so.
I feel like that's what he's doing now.
Just a body block.
No, I feel like he's going to add a different card to try and fix his hand.
Hmm. Interesting game. Hopefully both players just play it really slowly and just think of all their plays, think of all the avenues they can take.
So it does. I think he also just wants to discard more monsters for his Chaos Engine. So, what's that? Is that the Legionnaire?
Mm.
He's discarding a Legionnaire to possibly even just add a Legionnaire, honestly.
Mm.
He just wants to stack the grave so he can start summoning his Chaos monsters. Oh, he's thinking about adding the prize card, the Chaos Dragon of Armageddon, and he does.
Mm.
Obviously, he's now won another one of those, so picking up 2 for the weekend is not a bad feat.
I think that brings him up to like 4 of those at least. If he wins this and wins again, he'd have 5.
It's too many.
Honor's also already won one. Now he can possibly get a sec. He's got a second one.
Oh, so Onos setting 2 more spell and traps to go with that raw that he was able to set. So I think the Reclusion might come down here to try and force the raw. Unfortunately, that'll give Onor another fire type back.
Mm. He summons a Reclusia. And then the Wolf will activate.
So it's going to force the raw.
Maybe if it's at Sanctum, that's really bad. Is that
It's
definitely
the raw.
it's the
He's
raw?
targeting the raw. He reset the raw using its own effect.
Mm.
So I'm not sure he can do this. I'm pretty sure he has to chain the wolf to add and not be able to raw, or he has to do the other. Yeah, I think it doesn't matter if he negates this or not.
Mm.
So he's just adding the back to the Flame Buffalo, and the raw just gets banished.
Mm.
So Reclusia goes.
But he has a rage set as well, correct?
I don't know. He could have drawn it. He definitely has a circle set because he added that back with the Sunlight Wolf.
Maybe a Sanctum.
Or if he has Sanctum again, that unfortunately would just be the end of the game.
I've been told that Yuri has unfortunately lost in the top 4, and Charles Liu will be possibly representing us at Worlds.
Well done to Charles Liu. Congratulations. He was on our last feature match. He's very nervous about having to play the finals in front of the big crowd out there. So well done to him, and obviously well done to Yuri as well, making it this far.
All the pressure off his shoulders because he said he was nervous to play, but now that he's guaranteed a spot in Worlds, he doesn't need to be nervous anymore. He can just play all out. Yuri will have to play a 3rd, 4th playoff later in the unfortunate circumstance one of the people in the finals cannot go due to like exams or other reasons.
Does it go like that, or does it go by ranking?
I think they play a 3rd, 4th playoff.
So he's choosing to banish the Solar to probably summon the Collapse Serpent.
Mm.
Just such a... He can make a Phoenix here and try to draw another card. It just depends what Onor has.
Ooh,
If he Phoenixes a back row and it's a Sanctum,
that's also very
that's
bad.
just awful. There's also an Ash Blossom, so he can just negate that with an Ash Blossom. Oh, I think it is Sanctum. Or it's Rage, so he's going to use Rage now to destroy the last 2 cards that Bowden has.
Mm. So he's going for that Link Summon play.
I think no matter what, Bowden just has to let him play
Oh
it
no,
out.
that was a raw, sorry.
So he goes for Rage, destroying 2. Bowden's last 2 cards are Chaos Emperor of Armageddon and I believe a Legionnaire, and I think he has not enough engrave. Is he not activating the Collapse? Or is Onor thinking to the response? Onor does have Ash, and he could be very aggressive here and use it again.
He's
Or
gonna
he's using the scale
gonna
effect.
pay 1,000 to add a level 8 or higher monster, I believe, was it?
Yeah, this is a card we're not very familiar
Oh,
with.
just
I think
add-
it adds a dragon back from the banish zone. Pays 1,000 then destroys itself.
Mm.
So, just thinking out his plays here. Hiding his Armageddon from the stream now.
He just wants it to be protected.
Yeah. Protect it with the blue eyes.
Oh, he is sweating hard. He's thinking
Oh, he does not want to make a mistake.
normal summon Levineer.
He's going to make Brotor.
Oh,
Gonna link it off.
into LP or Pisty. Probably
got-
Pisty,
He's
right?
got 1 more card.
Oh, he's going to summon LP.
It's his last card.
The Levineer, right?
I think it is. This is it. All or nothing.
There's... Ooh.
That last card's a circle. Is it like Legionnaire pop, then make a Poetic Sphere and pray?
Mm.
Like, none of this is ideal. So all that's going to happen here is Onal's going to chain circle,
After having a drink.
taking a casual sip. So he seems very relaxed, obviously with so many cards in hand. Oh, it's the 3 darks effect. So he's going to take a card out of his hand. He takes the Gamma, which was not doing anything anyway. But Bowden not in the best position here. Onal with a very strong chance to be able to close this out in the next turn.
Again, Honor wanting to go to Worlds after losing in top 4 in 2017, and Bowden wanting to go back to reclaim first place to try and
after
get that
losing in the
first place.
finals, World Championships last year.
Is he going for the sphere?
I think it's the only option he has.
He passes.
Yep, so end phase, he's probably going to activate the circle here, and he does.
I believe Honor's in a very good position at this moment.
Yeah, Bowden's got no cards. He's got a monster with 0 attack that can just bounce 1 card on the field. Like the best draw he could possibly hope for is a Seeker's Light, so I assume that Onal will play out his turn to resolve an Ash Blossom back to his hand, so he can stop that from happening.
For sure. Draw for turn. He's going to tribute that immediately.
So he just wants the Sunlight Wolf off the field, so he can't use its effect to add back the Rage or the Circle.
What do you think he's going to summon off the sphere? Eclipse Wyvern, right?
Diabolos, I guess, because it can't be targeted, but either way, like Wyvern probably, yeah. So he's going for the Wyvern.
He'll be able to get him a card next turn, assuming he draws into a monster which banishes light and dark monsters. Yeah, one of those monsters.
Either a Chaos Engine or a little Collapse Serpent. Although Ono has the option here where he could probably use a Mirage Delio play and put the Eclipse Wyvern back into his hand instead.
That's a Gazelle.
So it's probably sending Spinny.
He has a Falco.
Thinking about it.
He has just a lot of cards.
He has so many options. Pretty much get all of his engine on board here and probably get back that Rage as well, which
16 minutes on the clock.
Put Bowden way behind in this game.
I think he can Mirage Delio and send that.
Yeah, put the Wyvern back to hand, definitely.
Yeah, this is really bad for Bowden.
You'd see it as well. He's not looking too happy about all of this going down. Just trying to let it play out. Most likely be the Jaguar because he doesn't have it yet.
If Honor wins, it's going to be a Melbourne versus Melbourne finals.
Melbourne boys.
Whereas Bowden and Yuri were both from Sydney. I'm really proud of both of them. I'm proud of everyone that made Top Cut. They all played very well today.
Even over the whole weekend.
Yeah.
The Nationals.
Playing 3 days of excessive Yu-Gi-Oh!
I know, I'm exhausted and I haven't even been playing.
Yeah. I mean, we've kind of been backseat playing, right?
Yeah, kind of.
But when you have eyes of both hands, it's actually very different too there.
Yeah, you've definitely noticed the difference this event. So he's got the Jaguar option. Like I said, he probably add back the Ash Blossom here.
To cut off any possible.
Just to know that that's the only.
He's
also got Veiler too.
It's looking really bad for Bowden.
There's just not much he can do. I don't even know what he can draw.
This is 36 damage on the board, plus another 12. Oh, he's returned Jaguar to hand.
Interesting he did that first. Definitely more damage. Oh, maybe he attacked then did it. So he's going to relink that Sunlight Wolf to be able to get back the Rage.
With Rage, Veiler, and Ash, I think Honor's got this in the bag. I think Honor is going to Worlds.
We have Honor going to Worlds. Just depends what Bowden can draw here. Tatsunoko, I think.
Uchinoko, it's not going to be doing too much.
I'm going to read it.
He might want to Ash that, but
doesn't do anything if
because
he does
he just activated again.
Want to be that aggressive. So the best he can hope for is he hits the Wyvern, draws a card. It's a Chaos card.
Oh no, he hit itself.
He hits the Snake. 50-50 not working out. I think Onal knows that he's got this in the bag now.
Bowden's come so far.
So consistent. Winning Nationals yesterday, all the way to top 4 today. Just going to fall 1 game short once again.
My heart weeps for him, but he's trying to see what he can do.
It's not the first time this has happened.
And then he's going to Ash the Eclipse Wyvern.
Well, just let it resolve.
You can't Ash the Eclipse Wyvern, right? Because the banisher doesn't send to the graveyard.
Correct.
And I believe Honor has just enough damage to attack for game now.
Bowden's thinking about his options here. I think the Armageddon effect has an effect in that scale. Remember Lincoln Johnston
No,
using
it
it earlier
destroyed
in the
itself,
day?
remember?
No, it has an effect when it's in the extra deck too.
Oh, does it?
Remember how Lincoln in the earlier feature match managed to summon it?
Oh, he's banishing too. Oh, he can
Yeah.
summon it from...
So unfortunately the Veil is going to stop this. The Sunlight Wolf is going to give him another card back.
Mm-hmm.
Bowden's still pushing through here. All is not lost.
Mm. Wow, being able to summon himself from the extra deck is actually insanely crazy.
I remember Lincoln doing it earlier and we were confused how he summoned it, but obviously didn't read the whole effect.
Mm. But,
Onal just making sure everything's there. Once again, like the prize card in the main deck is something that isn't often seen by players. Especially because this is our WCQ where we were handing them out, so no one really has them until after today.
Chaos Emperor Dragon's effect is to pay half your life points to clear the board, right, and deal 300 for each. It's not... I don't think he's going to be using that effect.
No, I think won't want to do that. He might be just trying to make a big rank 8 play that doesn't lose him the game.
Like, Xenophon just keeps him in the game for a bit longer, right?
Oh, but he can make Stelio. Oh, he's got a combination of lights and darks to destroy cards.
I think getting that 50-50 off the Tsuchinoko was...
Oh, that was insane. Just going to Banlix protect from Legionnaire.
Does it protect them both?
Yeah, it says cards.
Wow.
Cards.
I think he's just going to go for damage and then make a Xenophon.
I think that's
Does he play Xenophon?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. Him and Lincoln both removed it, so
he's just going to make a Titanic Hope and hope that
cut him
Onal
off from
can't out it.
spells.
Just showing the power of the prize card, keeping him in the game when all look lost.
It can redirect attacks and can negate one spell.
So, unfortunately, Onal has like 7 cards in hand.
Along with just, he can get a Mirage Stelio, right?
Yeah. So he's going to activate the Fox effect.
Special summon
Oh, he's not. He's just summoning the Fox. He's going to bring back the...
Mirage Stelio. He's going to link.
It's just going to be Wolf, bounce the
gonna
Titanic, summon Jaguar, attack for game.
Yeah. Jaguar's summoned in defense position, but he can just
Oh, I mean,
Foul.
from the graveyard. He's going to summon the Jaguar back
summon
under the
foul.
Wolf.
And then he will make...
I think Bowden knows now.
Bowden's accepted it.
He did what he could do, though. He definitely played it out. He gave it to the very end to make sure that Onal had to earn it.
Everyone is proud of Bowden.
Always. Making the Sunlight Wolf.
Oh, he doesn't have any more Sunlight Wolves?
No. No. Oh, he's making Heat Leo with 3. And there it is. Onal Giza is your next world's representative from Australia.
Oh. All right.
Very well played. Unfortunately for Bowden, falling 1 game short once again, but such a consistent performer over the last years, basically.
He'll have to play 3rd and 4th playoffs just in case in the event that someone...
I think that's how that works. Yeah.
And then we just won't have an interview. We'll interview both the winner and the loser after the finals, and we'll see you shortly. We'll give the players time to smoke or go bathroom or whatever they need to do. Just get ready, get calm. Even though they're really calm because they're both guaranteed.
That was it. That was the big match. Like going to Worlds is what this whole tournament's really about. And now they just get to relax and play off for a championship. So we'll see you soon.